Hey everybody, welcome back. Gosh, it feels like forever since I've been down here to do video for you guys. And it feels good. It feels good getting back to work, doing videos again, and just being back in my space. I take sometimes a little bit of the beginning of the summer off to just kind of get outside, soak up some sun, and to just break away for a little bit. And then whenever I come back to it, it just feels like, wow, this is what I love doing, and it feels really good. So I'm happy to be here, and I hope you guys are happy to be here. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be talking about evolving and repeating, so cycles, and how to stop self-sabotage, okay? And a lot of people are going through karmic lessons right now. We're closing the cycles and we're beginning anew, okay? So we're beginning this new cycle. And so what causes self-sabotage, because a lot of people, they're not conscious or aware why they keep doing it. And so it usually stems from lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem, fear. A lot of the times you're fearful and not sure if you are worthy of a good life or worthy of things. And so you fall back into the comfortable patterns of just like, I'm just going to flip the table on this because I'm scared, or it's new, okay? It's new. So one of the things to keep in mind is that during this time that we are here on this planet right now, is that many of us are starseeds, indigos. We are gifted people, and a lot of us are we grew up trying to shut those gifts down because and then we did self-sabotage patterns in our early teens and 20s with, drugs, alcohol, trying to shut everything down. We knew that we were sensitive and we knew that we were here to bring change, but we didn't fit in. And so a lot of you that are following me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the first ones, actually I'm going to say it's the last one I put on the list, but it should be the first. To pay attention to your own relationship, pay attention to your own personal life, pay attention to your own material items that you have. And the thing is it took me a really long time. I used to do this all the time, as I was always looking over the fence. Pay attention to your own growth. If you were meant to have what somebody else has, you would have it, but you don't. So stay in your own lane, okay? Stay in your own lane and focus on your own growth. And that takes mature mindset to just say, you know what, I appreciate what I have, and I'm going to move forward in my life. So that's number one. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Focus on your own life, all right? So back to, we'll say number one, boost your self-awareness. Okay, if you want to stop the self-sabotage, boost your self-awareness. Ask yourself, and this is the shadow work. Why am I doing this? Why do I keep going back? What is it that's causing me to be fearful to move forward? Because again, these are the blockages that we have to work on removing. And number two is look before you leap. A lot of the times you don't say, what is this action going to do that's going to have consequences attached to it? It's usually just jumping and going, whatever, I'll deal with it later. And then the later comes and it's not the outcome that you wanted. So always look before you leap. Number four is make small changes. Number three, set goals and pair it with an action plan. Okay, so moving it back. Set goals and have an action plan. If somebody comes to you and asks you, what goals do you have for this month? Or what goals do you have for the next 3 months, 3 to 5 years even? And you don't have anything. You're not even setting your intentions. So if you know anything about law of attraction, you know that you have to have your intention set. Or how else do you get anything? That was my thing. I never had goals set. So now that I do, I'm like, all right, it gives me something to work towards, okay? Number four is make small changes that become big changes. Big changes. If you stop and you do small habits each day, they start becoming a pattern. And then that helps your growth huge, okay? Number five is befriend yourself. Stop looking for everybody else to give you a pat on the back. Stop looking for everybody else to say, hey, good job. Yes, that's nice. But if you're always constantly seeking external validation, then you're not showing up for yourself. Sometimes you're not always going to get that. And that's where you also, too, you have to be accountable for yourself. Okay, and I did this. This is something I was guilty of. I blamed my mom, my dad, my teacher, my this, my that. Why my life wasn't what I wanted it to be. And so this is what I used to say to myself. Well, what if they're all gone? What if eventually all those people are not here anymore? Who do you have? And so you have to be a friend to yourself. You have to show up for yourself, because if you want others to show up for you, you have to do it yourself. And I'm going to tell you, things change drastically when you do this, okay? Stop blaming everyone else. Know your strengths and embrace them. And if you don't know your strengths, that goes into the shadow work. Start learning what they are, okay? Number 7 is I know it's scary. I know it's nerve-wracking because you think that I'm doing well enough. But number 7 is don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to hire a coach. Don't be afraid to go to a therapist. Don't be afraid of these things. Because if you're truly wanting to get your life on track, then you'll do these things. You got to start with it. You got to start somewhere. And I promise you, you'll be happy that you did. It's just removing that blockage that says, I have to figure it all out myself. You don't, okay? And always just pay attention to people, places, and things that are going to influence you. You want to be around the best of the best. You want to be around people that have your best interests at heart. The universe only brings you so many people in your life that are constants, and they're real, and they're genuine, and they're going to help you grow and always show up for you, okay? So whatever you did, that's good karma, okay? You create a good karma if you have people like that in your life, but don't take advantage of that, all right? Use these people to really be your motivators and encouragers and your teachers, all right? So that's what I have for you guys today. If you are guilty of self-sabotage, if you are in a place right now where you feel like you're just in a room alone, you've boxed yourself in, know that you're loved. Know that you're loved. Know that you have the power to change anything in your life that you want to, and that your comeback can be the strongest thing you've ever done in your life, okay? We all fall down. We all get knocked off the horse. But you know better, you do better. I always say that. So get back up, start learning these things, and start breaking the cycles so that you don't have to repeat it. We've got work to do. Let's go.